What's up, yeah, Joe? Everything good? Blah. Got a quick video here for you, at least I hope it's quick. Alright, so I'm here in Premiere Pro. See, I'm gonna hide the camera, and yes, I did not activate the windows. They give me shit, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Alright, so this is one of Paul's old footage, right? This is when he was like building the soundboard panel in his office, right? And over here I have a lumetri scopes, right? Now you are able to change this, right? So if you right click on it, you can do a histogram. You can show this, or right click, you can do a vector scope, show that. You do a parade RGB, which is separates everything, the red, green, and blue, right? Or you can actually open up all four of them if you want, depending how you work, right? Now, I don't use all of them. If anything, the only thing I use personally is the waveform, right? So basically what this is like this guy, it's the same shit. The only thing is they're on top of each other, right? They overlap. Now, the reason why I work mainly using this this color waveform information is because it lets you know how much color information is being overlapped. Say here if you're in the bottom, this is your black, your darkest part of your video. You go up in the middle, these are your midtones. And you go all the way up here, these are your highlights and your peaks, right? So anything past this, it turns absolute white. If I crank up the exposure, you can see all the color information is getting cranked up, right? So everything turns white. So all the color information here is reaching the top, so it becomes absolute white. Now if I crank this down, the opposite is true. All these color information, it gets smashed down here to the bottom, so this is black. So the reason why this looks white, that's pretty much saying that it looks white, but that means that they're overlapping, right? So that's pretty much what's happening here. So that's the reason why I work in this manner, because I can see like the mixture of colors here, and over here on the top you can see like the blue from like the wall, it stands out more, right? Then you have a little bit of green, and then your reds, right? So maybe like from like the carpet or whatever, right? But that's separate, right? Now if I was to like try to like mess with this, right? Let's just say if I get the curves, right? If I want to boost up the reds, right? I just boost up the reds a little bit. See on top of the green, and then like I get the blue, and if I don't want to like reduce the blue down here, you can see here like it's almost like this wall, it turns white. See how blue it is? You got the blue information. Now bring that back. But now as you can see, there's more red now. This is from the carpet, so I brought out more red out of the carpet, right? Let me reset that. So another thing to help you understand how to read this, right? Now I'm gonna remove the parade. I just gotta mess with this, right? Now if I scroll through my video, there's a part where Paul, he shows his finger, right? As he's pointing out, what he's doing. So I'm gonna scroll to see his finger. Okay, now here's his finger, right? As you can see here, like the wave pattern starts to change. Now the reason it doesn't look like a finger is because there's more red hues coming off of his finger, and then some greens, and then like the blues, right? Depending, right? So there's more red coming out from his skin tone. More red is pretty much reaching up the top here, right? So as he's moving,
of 8 tiles this way.
As you can see, as he like drags his finger across like the footage, you can see like this information here move as well, right? I'm gonna mute the audio there. So you see as he move his finger, you can see like the color information here of his hand move across like the waveforms here, right? So yeah, basically the point of me making this video is like I'm trying to show you how to read this, right? So everything that's dark here in black, all these little like chatter marks, whatever, you're seeing like this, like the black foam here. Like the fingers, the hand, that's right here, right? And then pretty much all like everything else, say like the highlights, there's more blue here, like the wall. It's all here. It's just like, since this scene, there's more blue, you're seeing more blue overall, right? That's what you're seeing. His hand, there's more red coming out of his hand, so you can see more red. So the point of that is like, say like you want to like try to like color correct, you want to bring more detail out of like his hand. That's where you start to like mess around with like curves, right? Depending what you want to do, right? So I don't know, let's just say you want to bring up more reds. There's still ways to do it. Either you can crank up the reds, or you could reduce the blues, right? So in this case, I'm gonna reduce the blues because it's already kind of bright, so I'm gonna just reduce the midtones. And as you can see there, I'm reducing the blues, but now we have the green that's next on the line. So now I say if I want, I can reduce the greens, right? And now see more reds are starting to appear. You see how that works? So that's how it's to read this like a meter, this color light meter, waveforms, right? That way, like, that looks okay as is, right? Doing some color correction, it looks pretty good. And then like, you know, obviously if you want to like, you know, adjust more the color information, say like, I don't know, if you want to bring up more blues, then obviously you can just, you know, increase the information. If it's too dark, then now you are able to increase, say, like the exposure levels a little bit, just to make everything a bit more bright if you want, since everything got smashed down a bit, right? And then like, you know, you got more information. If you want more blacks, say like this section over here, right? You want more blacks here. You can actually select the blacks and kind of crush the information down a bit more. That way everything is more solid black if you want, right? So basically that's how you read this information, right? So I get the same clip and DaVinci Resolve, and we go over to the color page. There's something I wanted to show you guys. No, same thing, right? Here on the right, you got a waveform, you got the parade. But again, I'm gonna stick to the waveform. And there's also something really cool that I learned, right? If we go over here, right? Obviously this section over here, you got like the dark, shadows, lights. You definitely have more control in DaVinci to adjust the image, right? Because that's what DaVinci started out as, right? To do some color correcting, right? If I click on this wave right here, click on that, you get this cool little like meter of light. Click this button over here that has an arrow, and it shoves everything over here, right? Now, I actually like messing with this thing because like now you have like a selector of range of what you want to do, right? So now see this case right here, this is like the shadows, right? You can see here in the dark, like as you adjust the meters, you're basically telling like DaVinci what is considered black, right? So in this case, let's just say I want, you're like, all right, I want to consider this black, right? And like if I want to like try to like crank up the blacks now. So now basically what I'm doing here is I'm selecting this section here, be like, yeah, everything underneath this range right here, this is the black area, right? I'm still messing with this, so I don't know too much about it, but I mean, just bear with me. So now I can reduce like the exposure level. I'm trying to keep an eye here on like this bar right here, like the black baseboard. I can drop like the exposure down. Look at that. So if I click this on and off, see how like it turns black? This is like the bypass color grades. You know, you click this off, you can see the original. Click this back on, you can see what you just did, right? So you see how the black just pops out more, right? Pretty neat. And then you can just click this if you want to like, you know, select more blacks. If you just want to leave that section alone. Pretty cool, right? And the same difference, right? Basically, you know, like you see like the hand information over here. You know, it's the same thing, right? But the cool thing is like now with this section, you're able to select the highlights. So let's say like the fingers right here, right? Yeah, so this meter right here is like the highlights, right? Pretty much is like the top part of Paul's hand though. So this section right here, you're able to like control it, right? So I'm able to select this, right? I just want to say I want to select this part and like reduce the exposure of it down to nothing. And crank it up, right? See how cool that is? So you're able to like have more control of what you want, and also, you know, if you want to bring out more color, I guess you can crank up the saturation if you want. You know, bring out more red. So if I uncheck this, you know, I'm bringing out more color from like the hands, right? It's pretty neat, right? So yeah, that's it. If the video helped me out, there's the QR codes. If you guys want to help me buy a coffee, I'll appreciate it. If not, then no problem. Just leave a like and leave me a question if you have any, and yeah, I'll get back to you soon. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Take care and peace.